I'm now joined on In the Middle with Principal Hayward by two of Norton Middle School's most outstanding grade 8 students, Meg Cross and Mac Dennett. Meg and Mac, as they are referred to here at Norton Middle School, are rarely seen separated, and their outgoing, good-natured personalities have given Norton Middle School their own frickin' frack. These two outstanding students get involved and are leaving their mark on Norton Middle School. I believe they are great role models, which is why I have them on the show, for our younger students, and each have a bright future as they move beyond Norton Middle School. Meg and Mac, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right, let's get right to it. Meg, one of the few times that I've seen you guys separated was this past fall during the sports season. Meg, tell me about Mac's soccer ability and her play this season.
I think Mac was really good. She's always been one of the best players on like our Norton teams and our like different sports that we have done with each other, and she's always been really good on the field and off the field with her attitude towards other people, and she's always been very positive.
So she's a good teammate.
Yeah, she's a really good teammate.
Her strength is her teammate, and then you would list
she's also very good on the field.
Okay, ability too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Now, you've played soccer because you mentioned that you've played with Mac, but Meg went over to cross country, became a passion. Is Meg, I'm always reading her name on the announcements all the time, ever since she started. Is that due to her natural ability or her hard work? Because that was like all of a sudden.
Both. I would say both, because she works really hard, but she's always been a fast runner. Like, she's always fast, and like even in soccer, like that helped her too with running. But yeah, I would say both.
Now she's going to have some choices to make because those are both seasons, and
Next
you're doing
year.
very good. Okay, are you pulling one way or another for her to do one thing or another?
I want her to do soccer with me, but I'm kind of like, because we were talking, we're going to do spring sports together too.
Yeah.
So even if we're not together in the winter, we're going to be together in the spring. So.
Okay, so she's doing good at it and you want her to pursue that. One of the reasons, this is the first time I've ever had two guests on at once. Okay, the first time because you were always together. But one of the things about middle school, and one of the reasons I wanted to have you both on and both on together, is because a lot of school is about friendship.
Yeah.
And I think you guys know a lot about friendship. What do you guys, and either of you can take the question or both take it at some point, what makes a good friendship?
Honesty. Flat out honesty.
Yeah.
That's what our friendship is. I've always had so much trust in Mac, and she's never like ruined our trust. She has never betrayed me, and I think that's what makes our friendship so powerful, and kind of people look up to our friendship and want it because we have so much trust in each other, and we don't lie to each other, and we're honest.
And you fight sometimes, you argue, but it's over the littlest things, and it's because we're like sisters to each other that things like that happen because we're so close.
And we end up just laughing about our
We
fights.
do.
We're like, why are we fighting? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Do you ever finish each other's sentences?
Oh my God, all the time.
I think it just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so that answers that question. What have been some of the biggest changes at Norton Middle School that you've seen, or just for you personally, going from being a 6th grader to an 8th grader, and now, I mean, before you know it, we're going to be really doing a lot of kind of end of the year stuff, and we move on, and everything's going to start to feel like, well, this is the last time I'm doing this at middle school. It goes fast. What's been the biggest change for you guys?
I think it made me kind of a better person. I feel like Norton Middle School has, because with all the clubs, like student council and everything, and like cross country, it's made me like, I never knew I could run how I run. Like I've never found a sport that I was particularly good at or something that made me happy, and that made me happy, and now I know for high school that I can pursue in like running.
Yeah.
And
it really got your confidence.
It got my confidence up. Like hearing my name on the loudspeaker, that like brings me confidence to start my day. And I think that if I hadn't come here and I hadn't joined cross country, then I would never have had that experience.
Yeah, Coach Whiteside really did a great job getting that program up and running and going.
Yeah.
For sure. And Mac, what about you? Grade 6 to grade 8. How are you different? How has things changed?
I've gained such a good relationship with all of my teachers, like over the past years, like specials teachers too.
Yeah.
And I really like that because I can go to any of them if I ever need help with something. And even with friends, like I've gained like a strong relationship with most of my friends too, and I really like that because we see each other all the time too. So
Yeah, and you guys get involved. I talked about what are some of the clubs and activities. We covered the athletics, but what are some of the clubs that you've done or different things you've done?
Student council.
yep,
We love
student council. I love
Okay.
it.
We joined that
Love
our
it.
second year
Yeah.
because
Now you guys have a title in student council.
Yep,
We're spirit
coordinators.
Spirit coordinators.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that usually a thing that goes to 2 people, or is it just
I
that?
don't- It depends.
Yeah, because it's a
Okay.
big part.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons that he did multiple people because you can't split us apart. You really
Probably.
can't.
Yeah, and people nominated both of us together last year, so
Yeah.
it was kind of like we were excited because
Yeah.
that's what we wanted it to be.
Yeah,
so we
it
were
was
glad
like
people-
one vote,
Yeah.
2 people, twice
Yeah.
the energy, twice the, and so spirit
Yeah.
coordinators. What is a spirit coordinator?
We like plan the spirit days and we get to pick what the spirit days are, such as like sock day or like
Yeah.
I don't know, 80s day. And
Yeah.
we are actually taking on a new thing where we're
Yeah.
trying to do, I think in 2 weeks,
The 15th.
we're trying to have a holiday day, and that day
Yeah.
people bring unwrapped toys for Toys for Tots.
Oh,
So we
okay.
are bringing that up, but we have an idea of that, and
Yeah.
we kind of just like, we think of a ton of ideas just like while
And
we're
we're
hanging
trying,
out.
like this year, since it's our last year, we're really trying to make a change, like in like a, I don't really know how to explain it, but
Positive
like,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we want to just have everybody like remember this school like the way they wanted to, not in a negative way, but a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why, right when I opened, I said you're leaving your mark. I think you're setting the
Yeah.
bar
Yeah.
pretty high for future spirit coordinators, or kind of really what role models should be, which is get the most out of Norton Middle School. It goes fast.
Yeah.
There's only 3 years.
I know.
Okay, light question. Would you rather never run out of battery power for whatever phone or tablet you have, or always have Wi-Fi wherever you go?
Oh, I think the battery percentage. My phone is always so low. I never charge my phone. I always
Okay.
forget to.
I would always have battery. I would always want Wi-Fi because my phone's always at 100.
Okay. All right. So two different answers.
Yeah.
All right. So they are different. Now I do a lot of tweeting. Our teachers tweet a lot.
Yeah.
Are you guys on social media and things like that? And if you are, what platform are kids using? I know.
Me and Mac actually run an Instagram account for
For NMS Good
Good Kid
Kid.
is what we call it.
NMS Good Kid.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about
And we run it with Mr. Cummings, and the whole
Yeah.
point of it is to spread good vibes throughout like the school and to kind of start people's days and like reminders that like, oh, tomorrow make sure to bring your hat, make sure to bring $1 in, and like we do Motivational Monday where we post quotes. We do
Yeah.
Friendship Friday where
Yeah.
we post pictures of kids
People
who
with
send-
friends.
People with friends who.
Oh, cool.
Some students send us in pictures of them with their friends.
Oh, cool. So
When we
it's
post those on
NMS
there.
Good Kid,
Yes.
and it's just positive energy, positive
Yeah.
vibes,
A lot
building a
of
good
kids
school
follow it.
culture. Yeah. I was a principal at a high school prior. So at high school, you have pep rallies and there's a lot
Yeah.
around. You spend so much time on school culture, and you guys have just done a great job. High school is going to be definitely fortunate to get you
you.
guys
Thank
up
you.
there to really, keep carrying on the good kind of culture and,
Yeah.
and that type of stuff that they have going on. How much time do you spend on social media?
I go on it when I go to bed, right before I go to bed.
I-
That's about
Okay,
it.
so not too much time?
I try
I
not to
recently,
be.
yeah, I recently just got Instagram. I don't have like Snapchat or anything, but I have
Yeah.
Instagram, and I would probably like in the morning and at night. I'm never on it like really during the day.
Not like
Yeah.
school.
No.
Okay, good.
And another thing is, like, we did a project in in health
Yeah.
class, and it was, I did for one of my tasks is today take an entire day off without social media.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that every single week where I just go a whole day without social media.
That's
and it
great.
kind of puts a more positive, like, vibe on my day, and it kind
Yeah.
of makes me, like, look at people for who they are, not who they are behind the screen, which is, like, really important,
Yeah.
I think, in middle school.
Yeah, excellent. I've kind of thought about a thing for our school, Tech-Free Tuesdays, but I just don't,
That's kinda cool.
It's kind of hard to, like, see who's doing it.
Right.
Yeah, and then also it's like, sometimes teachers are planning instruction not necessarily around Principal
Yeah.
Hayward's Tech-Free
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Right.
It might just be happening like, hey, this is the day we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea and the concept I definitely kind of, jive with. Do you think too much time, maybe you've seen your friends, do you think too much time on the web can be harmful?
Yes.
Oh, definitely. People,
Yeah.
Oh my
when you
goodness,
go on
yeah.
it, particularly at night, it's almost like what you think of at night is different what you think of the next day.
It
I
is.
always
Yeah.
tell myself that. I'm
Yeah.
mad at someone, I say don't text them until the next day. Don't text them at night because you're going to regret saying something.
Yeah.
I feel like people, because at night you're tired, you're done with the day, and you're aggravated sometimes because you have too much homework, and they just
Yeah.
go on social media and just like spill their feelings.
And
Yeah.
me and Mac have had like hangouts with people and they've just been on their phones, and that's aggravating because it's
And
Oh,
we're
okay.
just, we're just sitting there like, hello,
Yeah.
we're
I've
waiting.
noticed that when I've gone to like dances and stuff, and
They're
people are
just
just
sitting
sitting
on
on
their
their phone.
like,
phones.
come, have fun, make memories.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like
Right.
doing your every move
Yeah.
on social media and pretending you're
Yeah.
having fun.
You guys are going to do great in high school with that type of attitude.
Thank
Let me tell you, you're going to
you.
enjoy every moment of it. Looking off past high school now to college, you guys well-rounded, grounded, you do good with your studies, and you're involved in athletics. Perhaps that plays a part of it. Any particular colleges that you're looking at or areas of study? You're in grade 8 now.
I want to be a doctor. I mean, I want to help the
Doctor.
world. I've always.
Did you guys all dress up as doctors for
Oh,
We
We were
did
Grey's
Grey's
Anatomy.
Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy? Okay, so
Yeah.
that wasn't just a costume.
No,
right?
we love that. I love like the
Yeah.
idea of like going and helping people,
Me
and I've
too.
always wanted to go like to Africa and volunteer at one of those
Yeah.
villages, and that's been something I wanted to do since I was little. So I think I would base college off of what I want to do.
Becoming a
Becoming
doctor.
a doctor, or doing some
Yeah.
type of thing to help other people.
And is there a particular? There's lots of types of doctors. Is there a
Yeah.
particular?
Pediatrician,
A pediatrician.
something like that. I
Yeah.
love kids.
Yeah.
So
Oh, having my daughter's in pre-K. She's going to be coming up on 5. So important to have an awesome pediatrician. Never realized, until you bring in your own kid, how important it is to
Yeah.
have a good one, and you probably make it. What about you, Matt? College, career?
I know I don't, this sounds awful, but I don't want to stay local for college. I kind
too.
of want to explore the world. Like, I want to go far.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking of like Florida, which isn't that far,
Just go
but
to
like,
Hawaii. Go
like
all over.
honestly,
If you
I
wanna go
want
far, go
to.
far.
Like somewhere that I've never been before too.
Yeah.
For career-wise, I've always wanted to be a marine biologist, but I've kind of lost that track. That was when
Okay.
I was like little, sort of.
Okay.
I think I'm only going to carry on sports until high school, and then for college, I want to focus more on my career
Yeah.
with like studies and stuff like that. But
So
I'm
that
not,
will drive the decision
Yeah.
what's best for the career. Even if you end up playing, it's not
Right.
going to necessarily drive it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's this is in the news a lot. You guys are bright kids. And it's one of those things, and I'm sure your parents and you want to go to college in Hawaii or Florida or whatever. They're going, oh my God. Do you think college should be free? That's come up. That's the thing. People talk. College should be. Do you think college should be free or?
no,
I don't.
Okay.
No.
All right. Tell us why.
absolutely not.
I
I don't
Yeah.
think so because I don't want this to come out badly, but it's almost
won't.
like people who work hard can work they can do. I don't know how to like put this, but
Yeah.
hard workers can get to college. They can
Yeah.
get there. They can work their butt off. I know
Yeah.
people who
So
have
you don't want to devalue the degree
No.
by making it.
because people
free.
work their whole life and
Yeah.
life's not fair and you can't just have things come
Yeah.
easy to some people.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who've had to work really hard to be where they are now
Yeah.
and they're stronger because of it.
Yeah.
So I think handing someone something with no work and no
Yeah.
like effort put into it is just it's like
Yeah.
unnecessary and it's not right.
and
Yeah,
I
and sometimes you got to make some sacrifices,
Yeah.
and then the cost of college is probably
pretty
probably shouldn't cost as much as it does. and I
yes,
don't know
it's
why.
pretty expensive.
It's
And, like,
expensive, but it shouldn't
right.
be just you walk in and sit
Yeah.
down and you have it. You don't want to diminish
Gotta work
the
for it.
work because you guys do put a lot of work into your studies.
And I know people like on the news probably they're thinking about the people that are less fortunate or something like that.
Yeah.
And I get it, like they want to start a career, but on the other hand, for those people that have been working their whole life up and already have the money for it, and then at one point it just changes on them,
Yeah.
and like that's hard for them because they've wanted to work their whole life to get up to college, and then
Yeah.
it's just kind of like it's free.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just another school.
Yeah, maybe
Kind of. I
just-
think of that.
Yeah, it's like
It doesn't
13th
have to
grade.
be. Yeah, really.
That's pretty much
It's
what
just
it
another
is.
school.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would feel like.
Yeah, so you guys are into, you want to work, you want to set goals, you want to make sure, and then when you get there, you want it to have the value
Yeah.
that warrants all the work and effort that you've put in to get there. You don't want it to be devalued.
Yeah.
And then for people who've already paid for college, it's like,
I know.
Right.
Who
what about
saved up for it?
retroactively?
Yeah.
Who saved up
Yeah.
too?
But that's a tough question, and one that you guys will start kind of contemplating as you get going. And I know you got older siblings too, so they're probably already looking at that, I'm sure. Okay. Last year we took a computer-based MCAT. What did you guys think about it on the computer versus paper, and what did you think about it just in general? Is MCAT challenging to you, or?
Okay, so I am not a fan of the computer version.
Okay.
Because it kills my head. I cannot look at a computer screen for a while because my eyes are already bad enough that it hurts my head. But I almost felt like, this was kind of weird, but I felt like it was shorter than the paper.
Yep.
And MCAS last year, 7th grade, wasn't as difficult as 6th grade for me because obviously you learn new things and you get more comfortable with the with math and English, and I had mixed feelings about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't like it too. It hurts my head. My eyes go crazy and I get stressed out from it. I definitely like the paper better, but last year what she was saying it seemed shorter. And I felt so prepared for it. Like, my math teacher was awesome. Like, we had the same.
Who was your math teacher?
Mrs.
Bouchard.
She, like, I felt she taught us well. It was just, she taught in different ways than other teachers.
Yeah.
Like, she had put fun into math, which is weird, but she did it.
It's not weird. That's what we're hoping for.
So I felt prepared. Like, I could do it, but my eyes were they were done.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's something now this year coming up, you're going to be taking the science that you're taking grade 8 is now moving to computer-based. So hopefully we'll see how that goes in transition. But hopefully you're prepared for the content of it, and the paper computer is just, it's going to be a challenge, especially if you're having issues with their eyes or duration of it. One of the things that happens in high school is you get your license. Now, you guys are all into tech, you do all these things. Would you, if you could afford, again, if you could afford, would you buy a self-driving car? I was so eager to get behind and drive it.
No.
But our kids like, I want a self-driving car. If they were available and affordable.
I wouldn't. I would be too scared, to be honest. Like, I would freak out that it was going to crash, like, if I wasn't paying attention or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I won't mind driving because I have, like, my quad at home and, like, other stuff that I'd like to drive around and stuff.
Okay.
So I wouldn't, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either, because not everywhere you go is going to have a self-driving car.
Right.
So what if you didn't have to get your license? Like, what if this happened where everyone just got a self-driving car? What if you went somewhere else where there wasn't one and you were forced to drive a car? Like, you'd get in an accident.
Right, that's the other thing.
See, I'm trying to figure out the market because I know for myself, I could never give that over and just get behind. So I'm trying to figure out who these companies might market this to, figuring, well, maybe it's kids who haven't drove cars yet, but even you guys get a sense that you wouldn't feel comfortable in a car that was just no one in that car is actually controlling the car.
Yeah.
The car's controlling. Okay, well, they might not. This might be good research for those companies looking to do that. All right. I know there's definitely differences between, I'm into tech. I'm trying to get better at it, trying to learn. The teachers are too. Kids, you guys are kind of born into it, but you're always learning and doing new things. Would you rather never be able to use a touch screen or never be able to use a keyboard or a mouse? So you can only have one or the other, a touch screen or a keyboard or a mouse.
Keyboard or a mouse.
With it. So you would rather never be able to use the keyboard or a mouse and keep the touch screen?
Because my dad has a touchscreen computer and it's so cool. Like, he's always like, just use the mouse. I'm like, no, I want to touch the screen. It's cool. Because it's kind of fun.
Okay.
I like it.
It really doesn't matter to me. Like, I was kind of debating while she was talking, and I was like, well, I like to touch stuff. I like to hear the sounds. Like, sometimes that's like how I work. But also, like, the touchscreen would be fine too, because you're still,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I couldn't lose the keyboard or the mouse. I actually bring my mouse. They used to make fun of me because I would bring the wired mouse and plug it into my laptop. Finally, tell me about well, not finally, but I've got a couple more questions. But tell me about a teacher that's inspired you or challenged you.
Oh, there's a lot.
Okay, so we'll pick a couple, pick one or two.
Okay. That's like challenged you?
Yeah, inspired you or
I'm
challenged
going to go with one, and then I'll talk about another one. Mr. Cummings.
Yeah, I was going to say him.
He's probably me and Mac's favorite teacher.
He's my favorite teacher.
He is, I just like, he's so inspiring, and he runs the NMS Good Kid account with us. Like, he he knows what kids are thinking. Like, he knows our mindset.
He's in tune to them,
and
yeah.
I don't know, like, I just learned so much from him too.
Yeah, for me, another teacher was Mrs. Down.
No, yeah.
I loved Mrs. Down. Like, I know this sounds crazy, but like I loved her style, and
I
like
loved her style.
she's so
Yeah.
like low key. Like she doesn't yell. Like, she's not that teacher.
Yeah.
And she teaches you about things in life, and not only like history, because she's a social studies teacher,
Yeah.
but she taught you things about life that you could carry on with you. Like, she would help me, and I don't know, she's a really good teacher.
She was also reasonable. Like, some
Yeah.
teachers, like, not really ones that we have had, but some of them are almost like unfair sometimes.
Yeah.
But she's always been so reasonable.
She has.
Like, she looks at the other side. She doesn't just assume, and that's what
Yeah.
we loved about her.
Michelingo too.
Oh yeah, we love Michelingo.
Okay.
I love all
She was
of
a
them.
sucker.
I know,
Okay, there's a
it's
lot.
hard.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
we won't
many.
narrow it down to this, but that was
Yes.
just some of the
Yes.
great teachers.
Yeah.
Finally, what advice would you give if I brought you down to the Hay School and there's two young 5th grade 5 students, what advice would you give them as they're going to enter middle school? What would you tell them?
I would say, this is a hard one.
I would say
Yeah.
do what you can, because 3 years will fly by
Yeah,
fast.
make
Yeah,
a
that's a good
difference. Like, don't be the same old.
Great.
Like, you always want to try to change it up a little bit. Make new friends.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yep. Keep some of the friends you have already, because you're going to need those friends. You're going to
Yeah.
need those close friends to come into middle school with you, to help you through 6th grade. But when you get to 7th grade, even in 6th grade, make new friends,
Yeah.
because it's good to like spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
I would also do stay true and stay you, because
I love that.
we've lied out of rhymes. Mac is one of the only friends, one of few, who have been by my side forever through thick and thin, and we've lost a lot of friends, and
Yeah, it's
just from middle
unfortunate.
school, just
Yeah.
because it's the way life goes. Life happens.
People try to be something that
And
and
interests
don't
go different ways,
Right.
and kids get
And-
into this activity or that
Yeah.
activity.
and don't change for other people.
And that's how we mostly lost people,
Yeah.
is because
Yeah.
I mean, life takes them,
Yeah.
and
And then sometimes people just move in
Right.
different
They
directions,
move- they
and
make
they
new
stay
friends,
true to
and that's
themselves,
okay.
and maybe staying true to
Right.
themselves meant that they, focus more on
And that's okay.
this aspect.
so just
but-
stay who you are. That's what I would tell them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a great spot to end, because we started on friendship as a key factor of being in the middle school, and we're going to end on it. So,
Awesome.
Meg, thank you for coming
Thank
on
you
the
for
show.
having us.
Mac Dennett and Meg Cross, two of our best and brightest here at Norton Middle School.